With your first news at 6 Sports, here's Luke Campbell.
Linton H&B has a top 5 team in the state in both volleyball and 9-man football. Those two teams have all the chemistry they need on their roster. But as JT Faribault tells us, they're connected by 2 outstanding coaches leading the Lions.
Family, teamwork, commitment, and passion. These are all words that come to mind when you think of a sports team.
I like to work a lot on the mental part of the game with the athletes, and so that's kind of my focus on how I add my own little flavor.
There's a rich tradition here in Linton to have this standard level of play, and when I came into, obviously I make it mine, but also let the kids expand on that tradition that they know from their fathers, their grandfathers, and uncles and brothers. So it's not changing too much up, but giving it, I guess, a little bit of my flavor, I guess, as you could say.
Family, teamwork, commitment, and passion are words that also come to mind when you think of marriage.
It's been the most rewarding thing that I've ever done besides getting married.
That's the bond shared between the Lions head football coach and head volleyball coach.
And being able to do it with my wife and my best friend by my side it's been huge.
One of the girls was actually joking the other day about so do you just come home and you alternate nights, you talk about football and then you talk about volleyball? And I'm like, actually most of the time we respond to each other, he says something that's going on in football and I say something that's going on with volleyball.
While most young couples spend their weeknights binging their favorite TV shows, this one spends its free time breaking down film.
As a head coach herself, she understands the stress that I get under on Friday nights or on Tuesdays or in Wednesdays when I just need to watch film. Hey, I just need to watch film for an hour. As a head coach herself, she's like, hey, actually, so do I. So, it's kind of nice we're able to sit down on the couch together and do maybe zone each other out a little bit, but then lock back in when we need to.
Well, I always tell him, hey, you should have done this in the football game. And he's like, hey, we got a timeout. So we make sure we help each other out coaching-wise and just give each other feedback on, from an outside perspective outside the program.
I tell the kids all the time, you'd be surprised with how many play calls that she calls that you guys don't know.
The Walls family is expecting a new team member this December. In Linton, I'm JT Faribault reporting for your news leader.
Well, it's championship day for WDA golfers, and it was a true toss-up between a competitive field going into this one. Prairie West, the host site, which is where State will be 1 week from today. The wind and the rain a factor today as golfers battle the elements, but it proves to be no problem for Century's Kylie Duxer, who knocks in a par putt on the par 3 15th. She goes on to tie for second. Mandan's Isabella Hale with the putt of the afternoon, draining this one from long range. That's good for birdie on hole number 17, but everyone spent the afternoon chasing Minot North's Emerson Cope as she finishes with par on both 17 and 18 to shoot a 78 on the day. Here's the top finishers for the afternoon. Cope wins the WDA title as a junior to set the pace for the field. And on the team side, it's Mandan taking home the title, winning by 1 stroke over Minot North. Here's Cope after her win.
Yeah, there's been so many winners and really everyone's had a shot each tournament, so to get this one is really special. I feel great. I struggled with confidence a little bit this week, so to be able to put up a good round and work through that has been really good.
And here are your new Class AAA football polls. Number 1, Bismarck holding on to that top spot. Century surges into the top 5 after upsetting Cheyenne last week. Mandan and Legacy both receiving votes in the poll. In Class AA, Dickinson finds itself as number 4, just ahead of Jamestown. Everyone is chasing Grand Forks Red River, the only team with a perfect record, but we know there's still plenty of football to be played.
They may not end up with a perfect record, that's for sure. We'll be right back after this.